The movie Us. I'm not going to promote the movie, but long story short, somebody's been watching my videos. And I'm just going to leave it at that, because a lot of things that I touched on, most of it is in that movie. I talked about the rituals. I talked about how our DNA is in other worlds, other different realms, how our DNA, I talked about all of that stuff, and I'm not going to get deep into it. The movie, it was a decent movie. I'm not getting ready to just break it down. I was, but I'm not getting ready to break it down. I was a little frustrated because, these certain individuals claim, I hate that word, woke. They say they woke and stuff. That movie was basically putting out, Hollywood's rituals and stuff. And they're not putting it out. They've been doing rituals and hidden rituals for decades. Like I said, I'm not exposing anything, but, I showed y'all and put y'all on. But yeah, like I said, y'all want to give them credit. But, that's on y'all. Right? Like, if you see the movie, like I said, I talked about the parallel universe and all of that stuff. And you'll see all of that in the movie. Now, I know years ago, like I was telling y'all, I like doing thriller and horror movies and stuff like that. And I did a short film. It was called Kidnap. And basically, it was just like the movie Us. It was almost the same. Basically, you got to destroy, and I even told y'all, you got to destroy the GMO, the poison corporations, the characters that y'all basically took on, like the names and titles and stuff. I talked about all that stuff, and it just tripped me out, because most of the stuff that I talk about, and I talked about this illusion years ago, now it's playing out in movies and stuff. It's like they get their ideas from watching others that's aware and connected to the parallel universe and on the other side. But of course, like I said, everything that I touched on, well, most of it is in that movie. And anywho, I did a movie called Kidnap, and basically, I was doing a subliminal. I was basically destroying the corporation, the so-called American, the GMO poison version of me. And then the movie Us, if y'all see the short film in Us, and I did this in 2013, y'all would see what I'm talking about, because I used to do paranormal little skits and stuff, like I said, poking fun at the ghost hunters and stuff. Like, although I did meet them, they're pretty cool dudes. And I would do short films and give subliminal messages to it, because that illusion time, I was like, they might not be ready. And then I just said, you know what, I'm going to put all of that to the side, because I enjoy doing it. I'm going to put that on the side and put y'all on. You feel my signals. And I took it to many levels. Like, when I would do something, like, I always wanted to be straight up, somebody, because I didn't want to have anything to do with weird Hollywood at all. Just in case someone asks me, like, oh, where'd you come up with this? well, I experienced it. I seen certain things, like with the short films and, things that I seen ever since I came to this illusion. I tapped into my DNA. So I just started, just doing videos, just telling y'all, certain things that I experienced, and certain, I tapped into my DNA. Now, the short film Kidnap, I was going to show y'all. I did it 2013, but I don't have to do that. I don't have to prove anything. And plus they probably would get more ideas. If I was to upload certain short films on this platform, they would steal it. I even did, like a short film, like basically in a gas station. It was like a horror thriller type of thing. And, I actually, of course, it was me, doing my thing. I didn't hire no actors, just like the Kidnapped. I basically, I was showing in the visuals that I was destroying the corporation version Poison Me, because our DNA is everywhere. Like I said, y'all can go see the movie. Everything I touched on, most of it is in that movie. I basically, I didn't hire no actors. I did it, and people loved the movie. It was, they loved it. Well, it wasn't a movie. It was a short little film or whatever. And, I was like, I wanted to do things different. I didn't want to hire no actors or nothing. Like, I actually had my daughter holding the camera while I was talking to certain individuals at the gas station. Basically it was real. I wanted to keep it straight up. I didn't want no acting. Like no actors. And they didn't know it, that, I was filming them, but, and then I just mixed, did my thing, like, in the woods and the house and stuff like that, and just put it together. And I did it off top. I didn't write any of this. Like, I thought of it just like the Kidnap. I was just like, it was like basically a freestyle. I didn't write, it wasn't scripted or anything. I just did it off top, just like I do my videos. Just to put that out. They didn't tell me anything, but I could see through them. I seen a lot of stuff, and I experienced certain things, like I said, in the parallel universe and on the other side. We all have so-called relatives connected to certain groups, and the shadows run certain groups. And even in that the movie Us, y'all know I use the word shadows, and I told y'all that the shadows control the Freemasons, the Pope, the list goes on. And even in that movie Us, that was talking about shadows and stuff. And like I said, certain individuals watching my video, and I'm not accusing, but they get their ideas from our DNA. There's certain directors and stuff, they got to do certain rituals and certain companies to get in the spotlight. There's many talent individuals out there with many ideas. How come you think that they keep on remaking a lot of stuff to program you? Even in the music, everything is on repeat. to keep y'all on a certain level. You feel my signals? How many remakes? Now they call it reboot. You know, of the same old stuff, horror movies, whether it's Marvel or, y'all get what I'm saying. Just like back in, you know, the 40s and 50s, and the Frankenstein and the Mummy and stuff. All of this stuff gives subliminals, but keep y'all on a certain level. Yeah, they do rituals and stuff, but the paradigm shift. So certain individuals, the shadows that control certain individuals, they want y'all to think it's entertainment, because some of y'all, when the religion come in, they got some of y'all connected to the religion, but y'all think that's, you know, oh, it's some stuff that they come up with. Well, all of this stuff really happened on a certain level, which some of y'all can't see through that. Even the Mummy and Frankenstein, it goes back and forth. You feel my signal? But like I said, the shadows basically don't want y'all to connect with certain things. So you're taking on the characters and you're entering the illusion portals and stuff. You can't see what's going on in there. You can't see what's going on in there. Like, you know, if I was to, you know, start doing the short films, putting certain things out and stuff, it would be totally different. It would be unique because I experienced it. And like I said, they get their ideas from others' DNA and take credit. And I think that's messed up, you know, but that's when the names and titles come in. They latching on to certain spells. And, you know, like when certain individuals seen what I was putting out, they was like, you're a genius. Like you really could get paid off of this. This stuff is better than certain shows, certain, you know, movies. You know, I had people in my town. I didn't know certain individuals in my town was even watching, you know, the short film that I put out. But, you know, I appreciate it because, like I said, like when I do my videos, I'm on another level. I'm on something totally different. You know, I shift on many levels. I can touch on anything. You know, I can tap into my DNA and do many things on this physical realm and on the other side. See, I understand certain movies because I experienced certain things. Some of y'all think, you know, it's going in that direction, but it's on another level. Then you got these individuals on YouTube or social media calling themselves breaking it down. And they're not breaking anything down. Of course, you know, they do rituals. Yes, there's an underground world. You know, stuff that I talked about Illusion years ago. Everything that I touched on is in that movie. And you got certain individuals, you know, acting like they know what they're talking about. And they don't know what they're talking about. They just recycling the same old BS, basically. You know, they recycling in that gremlin shit. You have these corny, whack individuals thinking they breaking down certain things and they don't know what it means. You know, they say, oh, well, this sign means this. Or, you know, the same old recycled gremlin shit. And some of y'all go for it. You know, they didn't experience some of this stuff. I experienced this. I see what's going on and through these devices, even these so-called movies in the illusion. I seen the signs and symbols and codes. I see it I see some of this stuff on a dream plane that plays out on a physical world. I see a lot of stuff. Like I said, I put y'all on, tell y'all everything. I said this illusion years ago. I said the things that I touch on, celebrities, they'll tell y'all like probably 4 or 5 years later. And whenever Kanye had that breakdown, I told y'all that 4 or 5 years ago on the other channel. And, you know, Jordan doing these movies like Get Out and Us already did that. Y'all want to give, you earthlings, y'all want to give them credit. And they get it from others' DNA. They didn't come up with that. They had a whole team in the shadows tell them what to put out. But y'all want to give them credit. You know, I don't respect certain individuals. You know, I create. You know, I'm ahead in this illusion. So some of y'all appreciate what I do. Y'all respect the names and titles. Whenever it comes to the shadows, you know, whenever the shadows push out their actors, y'all connect with the names and titles. They got a whole team that know how to cast spells. And y'all taking on the scriptures, whether it's the books of spells. How come you think they call it scriptures? Because the characters in the books of spell, the so-called Bible, Holy Quran, whatever you want to call it, it's nothing but actors. It's scripted. That's why they call it scriptures. They could take that to another level. But like I said, y'all want to connect to the names and titles, to these individuals' holograms. You know, they steal others' DNA and put it on the screen, and y'all give them credit. Like individuals like me, some of y'all feel my signals. I don't have the team, the society groups. I don't have that, and I don't want it. But these individuals that's out there connected to the shadows, illusion skulls, and many other things. You know, y'all respect individuals that's on this device. But you know, I'm gonna keep putting out my videos and do what I do. I don't give a damn if some of y'all, like I said, y'all could cheer me, boo me, whatever. You're gonna feel my signals. What? Did somebody say something?